I gather that all of you are very involved in cars.
Yes, Your Honor.
I was talking about how I wanted rims on my car, and he was like, oh, maybe I should get new rims on mine.
The rims that you wanted, she gave you the money.
Yes, Your Honor.
His girlfriend would not.
Why wouldn't you?
I just wouldn't.
Smart girl.
I know.
This is Judy Justice. Bailiff Cassandra Britt is standing in for Bailiff Kevin Roscoe, and Law Clerk Alexi Mincer is sitting in for Law Clerk Sarah Rose. Skylar Ramirez is suing her former friend, Chris Martinez, for an unpaid loan and harassment.
Court come to order. All rise.
Have a seat, please.
Case number 3073, Ramirez versus Martinez, Judge.
Thank you, Cassandra.
Yes.
Miss Ramirez, this gentleman is a friend of your boyfriend.
Yes, was.
He was a friend of your boyfriend.
Yes.
No longer, I assume, because of this incident.
Yeah.
And I gather that all of you are very involved in cars, fixing them up, souping them up, making them pretty, whatever it is. It is your claim that the defendant, Mr. Martinez, wanted rims for his car. I must tell you, I haven't had a rims case in many years. And rims are expensive. The rims that you wanted, sir, were $1,200.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you didn't have the $1,200.
No, Your Honor.
And according to you, Ms. Ramirez, you gave him $800 of the $1,200 as a loan.
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll get into the specifics of how that came about, and you haven't been repaid. That's why you're here.
Yes, Your Honor.
How long have you known each other?
The two of us, like 7, 8 months maybe.
What's your boyfriend's name?
Nathan.
Nathan, how long have you known Mr. Martinez?
I've known him for a couple years now, maybe about 6 years.
6 is more than a couple.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
6 years. Mr. Ramirez, I want you to tell me the circumstances surrounding this transfer of $800 to Mr. Martinez.
It was a conversation between the two of us, and he explained that
Just the two of you? Your boyfriend wasn't there?
it was just the two of us at Brittany's house, and we were.
Who's Brittany?
Brittany is his girlfriend.
Was it your house?
Yes. We had a conversation that he wanted to acquire some rims and didn't have the credit score for it.
Didn't have the credit score?
Yes.
Okay. So you were originally going to take out a loan to buy the rims?
Yes, Your Honor.
And when was that, Mr. Martinez?
It was towards the end of March of 2023.
You went to a finance company?
I used to work for a tire shop, and they do financing there. And then that's when Ms. Ramirez...
No, Ms. Ramirez isn't a mind reader, so somehow you had to have a conversation with her.
I brought it up with my girlfriend.
Brought it up with your girlfriend?
Yes, I talked about it with my girlfriend.
Hold on.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Tell me your name.
Brittany Gallardo.
I want you to tell me the first conversation you had with your boyfriend about these rims.
Yeah, we were just talking about
Just the
both of
two
our
of you?
cars. Yes, just both of our cars. I was talking about how I wanted rims on my car, and he was like, oh, maybe I should get new rims on mine. And then from there, that's when...
No. Just the two of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you wanted new rims on your car. He said maybe I should get new rims on mine.
Mm-hmm.
There had to be more than that. You know, he's your boyfriend. You live together?
No.
What does that mean?
He stays over every once in a while.
Okay. I want you to tell me the conversation that you had with your boyfriend when she wasn't there, initially, about buying rims.
That was the first time we ever really had that conversation.
Okay, well, the first time you had the conversation,
Yeah.
the issue of money had to come up.
I told him I didn't have money for mine, and
You said I
that
don't
we
have-
had to work on getting the money for rims first.
So you said, I don't have money for rims for mine. It's not an answer. Yes, I'm sure
Yes,
you mean
ma'am.
yes, Ms. Gallardo. And he said he's got to work on getting the money for his?
Yes, ma'am.
Were those his words?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, if it's my boyfriend, my next question would be, how are you going to do that? And what did he tell you?
He's looking for another job because he had just lost his job recently.
So he was going to look for another job.
Yes.
Did he talk to you about financing the rims?
No, ma'am.
He just said he was going to look for another job. Tell me about when this was. Do you remember what month?
Middle of March, beginning of March, somewhere in there.
Okay. There came a time when the plaintiff was at your house
Yes.
and you were home
Yes, ma'am.
and your boyfriend was there.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you present when he started to talk about his lust for rims with the plaintiff?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the conversation.
They were talking about rims. And
No,
so I
she
brought up
wasn't-
the
she-
conversation that we had about him. And then she was like, oh, why didn't you guys just get him? And I was like, well, I don't have the money right now, and he still has to find another job. So until that happens, we can't really do much. And she was like, oh, well, I could be your friend and I can help you guys finance, but the work that he does on my car should be free.
Careful what you say to me. Be really careful.
Yes.
You want to be helpful, but don't get ensnared in the web.
Okay.
Because I weave that.
Yes, ma'am.
So she was there. You started to talk about rims,
Yes, ma'am.
financing them. She said, I could help you guys out by financing.
Yes.
And you had tried to finance.
No, Your Honor, I haven't tried.
Okay, so you hadn't gone to anyone else about financing.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so she said, I could help you guys out financing. And what did your boyfriend say?
No. Sorry.
Scalardo, right here.
So-
Not him. He may be permanent, he may be temporary, you never know. This tape is forever.
I know. I know.
Good. 10 years from now, you probably will have to look at pictures to remember what he looks like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skylar Ramirez claims her former friend, Chris Martinez, refuses to pay back a loan for car rims.
Okay, she said, I think I could help you out financing. And?
They had their conversation. I went inside because I have kids. So I just went inside.
Oh, so you didn't hear?
So I heard the conversation from the door because I just went to go check on the kids. But I said, I would rather you wait until we can do it on our own. And so their conversation came up because she had already gotten work done on her car. So, and she kind of already owed him.
There's no almost
Okay,
kind
well,
of...
she owed him money for the labor that he was doing on her car. And because of that, he was like, well, if you do that, we can just call it even. And
You heard that?
Yes, ma'am. And so she was like, so you're going to do my car for free? And he said, yeah, I'll work on your car for free, but you have to finance and pay for the rims. That day that they went to go get the rims, I guess, he had to put cash out of his own pocket to get the rims that day.
How much, sir?
I put $400 on.
You put down $400, but the rims were $1,200.
She got financed for $800. The rims, cash-wise, were $1,200 out the door cash. There were more because interest, so I put $400 down.
So she gave you $8.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that was sometime in March.
Yes, Your Honor.
Between March and May, what work did you do on her car?
Every time they needed something done on their car, they'd show up to my girlfriend's house late, around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, asking for work to get done. I've done oil changes on the car, their brakes, spark plugs.
I asked you a specific question. Between March, which is the time that she advanced $800 towards your rims, and May, what work did you do on her car?
Your Honor, it varies. I've done multiple stuff within that time period.
This is her boyfriend. He used to be your friend.
Yes, Your Honor.
He's not your friend anymore.
No, Your Honor.
You want to tell me why?
Because this whole situation, the way it turned out to be, he's just going off what she says. He's
Well, you've been
following her.
friends for 6 years. Did you have a discussion with him? Because there came a time when she wanted her money back. Because now she's got this loan that's built up interest, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so you had to have had a discussion with
Nathan.
Nathan.
Nathan really's never talked to me about anything. It's always Skylar going through his phone on his Instagram, talking to me about it, or having other people call me.
May I say
Nathan? Nathan, did you ever have, after the exchange of this money and after your girlfriend took out this loan, did you ever have a conversation with Mr. Martinez?
I did not personally know.
Did you have any email or text exchange with him?
On my account, yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a copy of that?
This was later on, like a month after the financing.
Well, this is in April. I assume that this is you saying, ain't trying to rush you, bro, but we need the money.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have half of the 50?
Yes, Your Honor.
And he says, I don't, bro. I always have 3 kids to take care of. You have 3 kids?
I have 3, Your Honor.
Okay. You're good. I wasn't even trying to be like that. Don't take it the wrong way. I'm not, bro. I don't want you guys to think I'm blanking you all over. What does that mean?
I don't want them to feel like I'm screwing them over, Your Honor.
Screwing them over for what? For the money.
Yeah.
For the money. Well, that would indicate to me, Mr. Martinez, that you acknowledge that you owed him money. But you have 3 kids to take care of, and you didn't have the money.
The initial agreement when I got the rims was I work on their car. That was the initial agreement.
That's in March. You said that I would work on their cars. That's what you said.
Yes, Your Honor.
Initial agreement is that I would work on their cars. And so I specifically asked you, what work did you do on their cars from March until May? Which was actually a pretty reasonable question, because these texts were the end of April. And you said, I changed spark plugs, I changed the oil.
I've done brakes. I've installed aftermarket parts for them.
Just a second. When is my question? I just want to know what you did for them after she gave you the money. Were you supposed to sell this car, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sell it?
No, Your Honor.
Why not? Is not an answer.
Just people lowball me.
You have a Mitsubishi
Yes, Your Honor.
2000.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where'd you get it from?
I traded one of my last vehicles for it.
You traded.
Yes.
Well, what did you trade it for?
I had a 2013 Cadillac ATS, and I traded my homeboy with it, and he gave me cash on top as well.
When?
I want to say beginning of February.
Oh, so you didn't have this car very long. So it was
No,
your
Your Honor.
intention of flipping the car once you
Yes.
put rims on it.
Not even that. I was going to sell it with stock rims too.
Then what'd you invest $400 of your own money and $800 of her money for?
I wasn't going to sell it, the vehicle with the rims on it. People that messaged me about it, I told them I'm selling it with stock wheels because I'm not going to lose $400 out of my own pocket. So.
Does he take care of your cars?
He did change our brakes. He did
On one car or 2 cars? One car.
one car, Your Honor.
You live together?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so he changed the brakes. Do you remember when he did that?
March.
What else did he do?
He did a spark plugs a few days later, and then there was a leak in like our router or something like that in the brakes, and he changed that. But other than that, it was like small little things. He painted our rims. We helped him paint the rims together and stuff.
When you go over to where they live, he does it at his house?
No, he does it at Brittany's house, his girlfriend. We would text him and I'd tell him that I get off late, and he said to just come through later on in the day whenever I'm off work. So it would be late and I would let them know that, and they were okay with it until a time, and then they told me that's not okay, and I said that's fine. Like, I respect the boundaries.
What arrangements did you make to pay him?
Anytime he would do our thing for us, like the brakes, for instance, he told us that it'd be $50. And I told him that I'd cash app it to him, and I cash apped him $50.
So you paid him for the brakes?
Yes.
$50?
Yes.
And you can show me that.
I have it on my phone.
Did she pay you $50 for the brakes? She's going to show me
For
that
the
you
brakes,
did.
yes.
Spark plugs.
I have never received a payment for spark plugs.
Spark plugs.
No, he said that he would do the labor for it if we paid for the parts.
And how much were the parts?
Altogether, because we bought it with the brakes, it was like $156, somewhere around there and some change.
Okay, and you paid for the parts?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now, Mr. Martinez, I'd like you to give me some indication of how many hours it took you to change the spark plugs.
Roughly about 30 to 45 minutes.
30 minutes. And then you said there was a router.
Rotor.
Yeah, sorry.
And was that also around the same time in March?
Yeah, it was all around the same time. He was supposed to do it the same night, and then he exclaimed that it was getting late and if we can do it another night.
Okay, so far you've paid him $50. Did you pay him anything for the router?
No, he said he was going to do that because he noticed it
When I
was
did the brakes.
leaking.
So he did those things within a 48-hour period.
Around there or some.
And for that, you sent him $50,
Yes, ma'am.
which you acknowledge you got.
Yes, Your Honor.
Those are the things that you said were done, right?
That oil change.
Oh, just a second. When did you do an oil change?
I did the oil change the same day I did the spark plugs.
Okay, so it was all done within a 48-hour period. And after you did that work, and it took you an evening, and it got a little late, so you did some the next day, you charged her $50, which she sent you.
I charged her $50 for the brakes. I never got paid for doing the oil change.
Well, the oil change is nothing. It's certainly not $800.
Skylar Ramirez is accusing her former friend, Chris Martinez, of owing her the balance of a car rims loan.
Do you understand what I'm talking about,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Martinez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so now we're at a place where I've just eliminated most of your defense because you said you did work on her car so many hours, 50 hours or whatever it is, and you were never paid for it, so it was part of the agreement. So now I have you worked on the car, according to you, over a 24 or perhaps 48-hour period, but you have a full-time job, so you were doing it in the evening. And she didn't pick this $50 out of the air. You must have said, I'll do it all for you for $50.
No, Your Honor.
No?
No.
Okay. How much did you tell her it was going to be, sir?
I told her for spark plugs and oil change, that's $30 a piece. I'm helping.
Just a second. Spark plugs and oil change was $30, so that's $60. Okay? And the brakes?
Brakes, I charged them $50.
Be careful what you tell me, because, you start to get dry mouth. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you charge a $50, $30 each for those two things and the brakes.
I just charged for labor. So when
And how much was that?
with that was $110.
You're making that up as going along. What did you do with the $50 she sent you?
I kept that.
You
'cause
kept it?
That was my pay.
You kept
for the
it.
brakes.
Pay for what? The brakes.
The brakes.
Right. So now, at most, she owes you $60. Is that my math correct, Mr. Mensah? At most, she owes you $60 because you said $30 for the spark plugs and $30 for the oil change. Where do you get $800?
I did their exhaust. I put a aftermarket wing on their car.
Just a second. When?
This was all in the span of maybe 2 weeks to a month before we stopped being friends.
Ms. Ramirez, now I want you to tell me about the conversations because I've been on that team for a while. Now I want you to tell me your version of how it came about that you took out this loan for $800.
So the conversation was at Brittany's house, and the three of us were there. We communicated that he didn't have enough credit, and he asked if I would finance for him because Brittany would not. So I explained.
Why wouldn't you, Brittany? You couldn't or you wouldn't?
I
You
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Smart girl.
I know. I don't know.
Smart girl. You're thinking about that photograph, right?
Sure am.
So
Yeah. And
he said Brittany would not, and
Brittany would not, and so he asked if I would do it for him, and I said, well, yes, of course, like we're friends, I will help you out, but we have to make an agreement because I want to make sure that I'm not losing any money out of pocket because I'm just doing this to help a friend. And he said yes. We went to the place on March 29th. We went to the Rims place, and they told us the papers right here of how much it would be together, $1,800. The payments are $71.40 every other week. And he said that he would pay me every other week so nothing had to come out of my pocket. We never made an agreement of he would do the car, whatever.
I'm not talking about the car.
But I had no idea that he paid any money out of pocket. On the lease, it says nothing about him paying any cash money whatsoever, and that's why the total is so high. And
Do you have any communications with him other than what Nate has shown me about the loan?
This is the cash app that he sent $50 and then called me and asked if he can have 20 back for gas. And so, as you can see, it was ended up a period of time.
Mr. Martinez, what did you send her $50 for?
I was towards the rims because I was getting harassed every day about it.
Just a second. So this was payment, a $50 payment for the rims, but then you asked for cash money back.
I never asked for money back.
So you paid her $50
Yes.
towards the rims, and you did that beginning of April.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then I see another payment.
No, that was the 20 that
Oh,
I
that she
sent
gave you back.
He called to ask for some back.
Did you ever borrow money from him?
No, Your Honor.
Because it says, I'm confronting you on a big boy issue.
Yes.
We always paid you back.
I'm talking about the parts where he did like the spark plugs and the brakes and all that. He said that I never paid him, but he knows that I did pay them for that.
So that's what you were talking about?
Yes, that's what I was
Okay.
talking about.
We always paid you back. How much do you owe the finance company now?
Today, if I were to make the purchase, it would be $892.15. But that's already after I made payments already.
And how much did you make in payments that you can prove to me? Ms. Gallardo, how long have you known him?
Way too long. I want to say 13, 14 years now.
You live together?
No.
Is he the father of these children?
No.
Do you work?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a masseuse.
You support your kids?
Yes, ma'am.
What about him? Does he support his?
Yes. As much as he can.
Well, you have to eat regularly.
Right. He does, mechanical work and stuff. He goes and spends time with his kids and.
But if you have 3 kids and you don't work all the time or work at a not high-paying job,
Right.
doesn't it sound moronic to spend $1,200 on rims for a car?
Yes, ma'am.
Sounds like something a 10-year-old would do, not somebody who was a responsible parent, because you have kids.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you said, I'd love to put rims on my car, you said, I can't afford it.
Yeah, I can't afford it right now.
Ta-da! How much did you make in payments?
Altogether, I made $416 in payments. I had some late
So you
fees.
paid so far $1,316. Is that correct, Lexi?
890 and 416.
Yeah.
I have 1306.
Yeah, 1306 is what you paid so far. The 890 would clear the debt?
Yes, it would make it your own.
Now, $1,306. Judgment for the plaintiff. Thank you very much. Remember that picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Case is now closed. Court is adjourned.
She was just being immature about it.
I think she made the right decision.
I'm a parent of 3, and I'd rather not put myself in a hole that I can't get myself out of.
Yeah, I really wanted it to work out, but I feel like it was just immaturity that made it go like that.
Stick to the agreement that we had, which was working on the car.
Every time he done work on our car, we always paid him.
Friends come and go.
The world works in mysterious ways, and I think he just likes it that way.
So, Alexi, let me tell you my takeaway from this case, which has nothing to do with the law. It has to do with Miss Gallardo, who I found absolutely charming. I actually found the plaintiff and her boyfriend also honest and charming. The defendant, on the other hand, is a hustler. And it's interesting that Miss Gallardo knows he's a hustler, because that lady smiled when I say, remember the picture. 10 years, you won't remember him because he has 3 kids, takes care of them, she says, as best he can. Well, you can't take care of them as best you can if you don't have a job. And then not to have a job and to want $1,200 rims for your car. She knew it was ridiculous.
T-clasps. Clasps. So this is a T-clasp. So basically how this works, how these clasps work, is that you have a bar here that is too long to slide out of the ring. And to take it out, you basically need to pull it through and put it in sideways, and then you can push it open. And I am kind of a fan of these clasps on chains. Not everybody likes them, but for me, I think, at least for the mechanic of clipping the fidget back on, I think this is the best one. Maybe an S hook, but I think this is very good. You've never seen it? Yeah, so this is also a clasp that you can make like with wire and your rings. So basically you just like bend your wire, in this shape. Like you go up, you go to the side, then you go to the other side, then you go back and you go down, and then you have like a jump ring on the bottom. Like you make little round things on the bottom, and then the other one is just a ring. So it's one of the easier clasps to make also if you're working with like no heat tools or minimal tools. And it works, they are pretty secure. So they're always like this thing with, oh, a lobster clasp is more secure. And yes, that is true, but that does not mean that this clasp is like severely less secure. Okay, the only problem with this thing is that I need to decide how much length I will have in it. Because like one of the things, it needs enough length to be playable with, which is not that much, right? Basically I would need this much length, which is, well, it's almost the full bracelet. But also my sands are really small. So yeah, I think this is our next project. I think I need to continue with what we already have. I should not start a new thing. But I was very excited about this idea. I have thought of it today, and I thought if I tell about it, maybe I can manifest it into existence. There we go. Okay. So today we are continuing working on this. Also, let me see. I think my bot is not bugging. Okay. Let me see. Was it this one? Yeah, it was. Okay. I'm just gonna mark the curve here, just as I did with the first one. So yeah, do you have anything fun planned for the rest of the week?